I'm about a mile down the road from my house, taking the dog for a walk down the Snowmobile Trail, and figured we'd go try to find some deer sheds today. Got a lot of warm weather lately, so not much snow left, and what there is kind of crusty, so it's easy to walk on. But I'm down in an area where I know the deer like to yard up, and there's actually fresh deer tracks right on the dirt on the side of the road where I parked. But we're gonna wander around and see if we can find some sheds. I came down in here last spring with Jacob, and it was just deer crap everywhere. We didn't find any horns, but we did find some chanterelle mushrooms, so that was cool. But we're gonna sneak up through here, maybe get some eyes on some deer even. See if we can find some antlers laying around. That is a pretty nice deer track. You think so, Zoe? Is that a big boy? Well, we saw some deer. We got headed up the Snowmobile Trail here and saw 5 or 6, I think probably doe, jump up out of these blowdowns and take off through the woods. And of course the dog freaked out and tried to chase them, so I had to take her back to the Jeep because she's not behaving herself. So she's gonna wait in the Jeep for me, and I'm gonna go walk around on these deer trails a little bit, see what I can find. Maybe even catch up to those deer again, now that I don't have a dog with me. We'll see. I'm just kind of following these deer trails around through the woods and got up onto this little knoll. There's kind of a little knoll up here, and there's beds all over the place, but just to give you an idea of what I'm looking at. These are the trails I'm following. So you can kind of tell they've been using them for a while this winter. Seems like the deer didn't yard up until late this season. They seem to stick around the house a lot longer than they usually do, but about a month ago, about beginning of February, they all kind of disappeared. They get down into these valleys, into the thick stuff. But hopefully there's been some bucks down here dropping horns. There's a big old buck turd right there, actually. Usually when you see droppings like that, it's a buck. When it's in a big clump like that. And I've seen some very nice tracks down in here so far, so pretty fresh ones. And I think those doe that me and the dog jumped headed down this trail. It's pretty fresh tracks. There's a bunch of deer fur right there. Little clump of deer fur. Some more over there. But we're going to keep rolling down this trail anyway. See what we can find. Yeah, I think those deer came right through here. So we might run into them again. But pretty easy to follow these trails. That's a lot of deer turds. I can't even believe how many tracks there are out here. It's crazy. That is a deer trail. There's another one going that way. There's either a lot of deer hanging out in here, or there's been a few deer that have been in here all winter. There's definitely some deer in here, though. Crazy. There's a few deer beds up here. These kind of icy spots. Another one over there. That's where the deer have been laying, up on this little knoll. It's pretty open down over the hillside, so they can keep an eye out all around them. Looks like a coyote had some turkey for lunch. There's some more feathers up there. We'll see the rest of it. Oh, there's some more feathers right there too. It's making it kind of hard to decide which trail to take. They're all over the place. Some more of that turkey. Definitely a coyote. I'm coming across the hillside here following these deer trails. I just spotted one 150 yards away, I bet. But there's a whole group of them up there. I'm going to sneak up and see if I can get some video of them. They're quite a ways away, though. I just tried to sneak up on those deer, and they must have seen me, because probably 6 or 7 or 8 deer went running up over the hill there, and I had seen a couple more standing up on the hillside already. So it was probably close to 10 deer anyway that I saw, all in that group. But I'm going to try to go along quiet here and see if I can get close to them again and get some video. By the time I got the camera turned on before, they were pretty much out of sight. But I'm mainly out here to find deer sheds, not to find deer, so I know there's deer in here. But I'm gonna keep on poking through here and see what we see. Apologize for the camera shaking. Those deer are about 100 yards away. established that there's plenty of deer out here. There's one right over there. Every time I turn around, I'm looking at deer. They've just been yarded up in here. I don't know. There's probably 3 dozen deer hanging up here. There's one right up there, looking back at me, probably 100 yards away. They're everywhere. But I'm getting pretty far away from the Jeep now, so I'm going to swing down over the hill and kind of cut back and do a big loop back to the Jeep. And get back on the task I was out here for, which was trying to find sheds, which I haven't found. I found plenty of deer, but I haven't seen any sheds yet. But I'm going to leave these deer alone. They don't seem too nervous, but I'm going to get headed down over the hill here and get back on track. Things are everywhere. Well, I'm back down here on the Snowmobile Trail. Didn't find any sheds today, but I probably would have stayed out here longer and walked around, but Zoe's in the Jeep waiting for me, so she's probably wondering if I'm ever coming back. So I'm going to go back and get the dog and head back to the house. Did you miss me?